By the rule. The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 2, printed in House Report number 118-76, offered by Mr. Mills of Florida.
Pursuant to House Resolution 429, the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Mills, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Today I stand before you to emphasize the critical need for the Department of Defense's involvement in fentanyl research. My amendment would include the Department of Defense in the list of eligible agencies that qualify for the expedited procedures on fentanyl research. The Department of Defense has several existing research programs involving fentanyl, and considering that today's service members and tomorrow's veterans, there's no reason why the DoD should be ineligible for these expedited processes. Not only should this bill be directed at our veterans, but the brave men and women who serve on active duty and are so susceptible to injuries that are routinely prescribing opioids as the treatment, as we all know that this can lead to serious addictions. And my amendment would ensure that the DoD is included in the research reporting that is processing fentanyl and its effects. As someone who was blown up twice overseas and was a combat medic, I know firsthand the pain and the injuries that the brave men and women in uniform can sustain. Common combat injuries can include second and third degree burns, spinal cord injuries, broken bones, limb loss, paralysis, and sharpened wounds. As we face this ever-growing crisis, it is imperative that our military actively participate in fentanyl research for several compelling reasons. By actively participating in fentanyl research, the DoD can make significant strides in addressing the opioid crisis within the ranks and improving the quality of health care providing through TRICARE to our brave service members. Allow me to share some of these alarming statistics concerning the opioids that are among our active duty personnel. According to a study conducted by the Defense Health Agency between the years of 2012 and 2017, the rate of opioid prescriptions within the military healthcare system has increased by a staggering 56%. This trend is deeply concerning as it highlights the potential risk and challenges faced by our service members when it comes to opioid misuse and addiction. It is crucial to recognize that the DoD has a responsibility to ensure the physical and mental well-being of our military personnel. Engaging in fentanyl research will allow the DoD to gain a deeper understanding of the specific challenges faced by active duty service members regarding opioid usages. By providing the necessary support and resources to combat opioid addictions, the Department of Defense can empower our service members to overcome this critical challenge and continue to fulfill their duties with resilience and strength. This research can lead to the development of new and innovative therapies, improved access to treatment resources, and a more comprehensive addiction prevention program for service members abroad. It is essential to note that by prioritizing fentanyl research, the Department of Defense demonstrates its commitment to the overall well-being of our active duty personnel. By addressing the fentanyl and opioid crisis proactively, they not only will protect the lives and health of our service members, but also foster a culture of support and understanding within our military communities. This, in turn, contributes to the overall readiness and effectiveness of our armed forces, and I strongly urge my colleagues to support this amendment. Will the gentleman yield? Yes, I will yield my time to my colleague from Indiana.
This amendment will provide clarity that research conducted by the Department of Defense is included in the research registration process outlined in the bill. It also requires the Office of the Inspector General at the Department of Justice to study and report on its findings. The research provisions in the HALT Fentanyl Act align the research registration process for Schedule I drug with those of Schedule II. This is imperative for the research community to better understand how certain Schedule I drugs affect people's health. This amendment strengthens the bill, and I urge a yes vote on this amendment, and I yield back to the gentleman.
Thank you to the gentleman from Indiana. With that, I reserve my time.
Gentleman reserves. Does any member seek time in opposition? Seeing none, the gentleman from Florida is recognized.
With that, Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The question is on the amendment offered by the gentleman from Florida. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment is agreed to.